Hey, Yuri Alkaim here, back with you with another episode of Ask Yuri. And just before we begin, I want to mention that if you are not following me on Facebook already, highly recommend you do so because in addition to answering all these questions in video format, I'm on my Facebook page every single day for live Q&A sessions that are called Ask Yuri Live. So join me on Facebook. The website is right here. So yurialkaim.com/Facebook. Friend me, whatever it is, follow me, and be sure to, check up and see when we're doing our live Q&As to get all your questions answered. So, today we've got a really kind of quick and dirty question, if you want to call it that. Basically, Matt is wondering if I can put together a video on a good workout for skiers. I'm not doing, if you've probably noticed, I'm not doing too many kind of workout videos anymore for some reason. I'm just sitting on my couch and answering questions. But I'll try to get to that when I can. I've actually published an article in a more prominent Canadian magazine about skiers, and I'll make it available for you guys. I'll put it up more on my websites, and I'll let you guys know where it is. But I think it's somewhere. If you go to my main website, totalwellnessconsultant.ca, just go to the press page. There's a skiers workout. It's somewhere on one of those published articles. Anyways. To make life simple for you, I'm just going to give you a couple things you need to put into your workouts as a skier. And I can tell you firsthand, I'm not really a big skier, but I went skiing a couple months ago for the first time in about 15 years. And for the first time, my girlfriend and I were like pumped up by the Olympics. So we're like, yeah, let's go to Alberta. We'll ski in like Lake Louise, which is where they held the downhill skiing in the 1988 Olympics. So we're like going from like no skiing to skiing from 9,000 feet on one of the more challenging mountains in the country. Needless to say, it was a very humbling experience, and thankfully, I was properly trained ahead of time. I mean, I had a good base, good strength base, agility, all that stuff, because it can get pretty nasty out there, especially when the slope is icy. The first thing you need to understand is, as a skier, you need to have very strong legs, okay? If you want to cut and you want to, really dig that edge into the ice in some cases, into the snow, and really hold those turns, hold your balance, you need to have incredibly strong legs. So look at the movement, the position of a skier. I'm just going to give you kind of a side shot. As a skier, you're in a ski tuck, right? What does this look like? Does this look like a squat, right? That probably looks like a very similar movement to a squat. So you want to be spending a good amount of time developing great leg strength through a specific movement pattern to skiing, which would be a squat. Squatting is awesome. So develop, a good base, and then build up on it. Add weight every time you're in the gym, working to build good, strong legs. I've worked with a number of skiers that were in, 15 or 16 years old age group. These girls cranking out several hundred pounds in squatting. A good friend of mine from Fitz in Toronto, he works with the Olympic ski or the Alpine ski team from Ontario in Canada. They have girls in there that are 14, 15, 16 squatting 350 pounds. That's huge. It's just crazy. These girls, the legs are so strong. Not to mention the guys are doing pretty similar stuff. So squats, big thing. You also want to maybe look at doing some one-legged work, okay? Because if you need a balance, you're going to be landing sometimes a bit awkwardly. One leg at a time needs to be very, very strong. So you can be doing a lot of one-legged squats, pistol squats, heavier one-legged step-ups. Don't worry, I'm not too crazy about like standing on Bosu balls and standing on stability balls, because really it has such little transfer to what's going to happen on the ski slopes. But if you want to start with that, maybe to develop a bit, better balance, that might be a good idea at the outset, and then kind of put that aside, focus more on the squats, the bigger movements to develop some good strength in the lower body. Excuse me. I had too much water. But at the end of the day, you want to be doing lower leg. Don't sit on machines. Don't waste your time with those, ridiculous weight machines doing leg extensions. Focus on the big movements, the squats, the deadlifts. You can even get into some Olympic lifts. You can do hang cleans, full cleans, snatches, anything that's going to develop that explosiveness and power from the lower body is going to, transfer over to skiing tremendously well. Having good core strength is going to be huge. So all of, any kind of thing where you're going to be stabilizing your core, like a plank, side bridge, hanging leg lifts up to 90, where you're keeping your spine neutral. Those are all going to benefit you as a skier. So those are some quick tips, and obviously you want to spend more time skiing, right? So dry line training in the gym, build your strength, then get on the slopes and challenge yourself. That's really the best way to become a better skier. So end of the day, think about leg strength and power, okay? Squats, full body, predominantly lower body derived movements. Squats, deadlifts, one-legged step-ups. Obviously most step-ups are one-legged, otherwise they're a two-legged jump, and that kind of stuff. So hopefully that's helped you out. Once again, join me on Facebook if you need more specifics, and you get the daily Ask Yuri Live Q&A sessions. And until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.